Hey guys, so this is officially the second video of Rachel's Reptiles. We're just going to kind of dive right on in and start with the diversity of amphibians and reptiles, specifically talking about the three main groups, giving an overview kind of their basic characteristics, and then today we're going to specifically focus on amphibians, and within amphibians, salamanders. So all of the information that I'm getting for this first little part is coming from this book. It is literally just called Herpetology, and it has a pretty sweet turtle. It looks like he's having a lot of fun digging in mud on the front page. So great book. I would recommend it for anybody, any beginning herper. So amphibians. The currently living species of amphibians include three main groups. We've got your salamanders, we've got your frogs, we've got your caecilians. And just to give you an idea of how many reptiles and amphibians there actually are, we've got about 5,300 different amphibians, and we've got about 8,000 different reptiles. And for comparison, there's only about 4,800 different types of mammals and about 9,000 species of birds. So they're more important to the local ecology than you probably think. So we've got our three basic groups of amphibians, our salamanders, frogs, and caecilians. And today we are specifically going to focus on salamanders. So amphibians as a whole, they lack a protective scaly covering, and that's kind of what makes them different from reptiles in the biggest sense. Like, reptiles, scaly. Amphibians, no scales. Also, something kind of cool, amphibians, they have extremely permeable skin. So they actually have, the way they drink is through water coming in through their skin. They don't actually drink water using mouths. So their skin is a site for gas exchange, which is the uptake of oxygen and the release of carbon dioxide. And in biological systems, at least, permeability to gases is inseparable from permeability to water, which is kind of cool. So, like I said, amphibians, they don't drink. They absorb water through their skin, and they can absorb water through moist soil. So this is particularly advantageous for reptiles, for amphibians that live in the desert. That's kind of how they make it. So salamanders. Salamanders have elongate trunks and tails. And so what that means, basically, they have pretty long body, pretty long tails. There are two main types. There are the terrestrial kind, which can live on land, and then there's the aquatic kind, which live in water. They kind of have specializations for each type. So something pretty cool, the most terrestrial salamanders, they actually don't have lungs. They're members of the family Plethodontidae, and lunglessness is possible for them because their skin is that site for major gas exchange. So something else, evolutionarily, because they didn't have lungs, they kind of developed something called a hyoid cartilage. And what that is it's this thing kind of in the back of their face, I guess, and it's attached to their breathing apparatus. And what it does is it helps them project their tongue out extremely long, and so they can shoot their tongues out further than their torso and their head, and it's pretty cool. So thank you for tuning in today. Next time we will talk about neurons, which are frogs and toads.